Indefinite.
Yeah.
So when we
But,
Well, sorry for dropping
we do have
people
to
alive.
evaluate it maybe at a
Software
future
issue,
time and see,
and it froze
does
up,
that
so I
still
had to
apply? For
restart
the
it.
time being, as far as I can see,
So maybe every 5 days, maybe we should have a meeting on, I'm just saying.
I think we should do it on a daily basis.
Gabby
To see
has.
if there's any concerns
Hold on.
with how the Occupy is being
Yeah.
run, what our direction
Well.
is. Maybe we should have like meetings every 5 or 6 days.
well,
so that
how
way
about a
it'd be, like,
meeting
once
every
week.
day?
Yeah, a meeting every day. That's right. You never know what happens every day. You know?
Well, that's GA. That's
Hold
general
on.
assembly.
What's the
I
same
want to hear
thing?
what Gabby has to say.
So I wanted to ask about how people feel about this conversation being live streamed.
Oh.
Because potentially, if we're talking about things like, individual people and what's going, I mean, I don't know. I'm posing the question to the group. My
We
own
want the public to
personal
know.
inclination is that sometimes it's better not to live stream these conversations, but also I'm just curious.
We can
You
live
made
stream.
an excellent
Or
point.
something and not get super diverted down that road. I don't think we get super diverted down that road, but potentially if we're talking about things like, how much of an encampment do we want, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
it's probably better not to pipe that.
No, but if we're like showing ideas, she's right.
Yeah.
We're thinking
No,
ideas that
that's-
the public can be involved in,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
could live stream specific stuff.
I mean, again, I don't
Loose
know.
lips sink ships. Let's
Uh-oh,
use
let's see what our-
discretion in our
see what our
public
people watching it.
utterances.
Well, that's what I'm
Alright.
saying. Just
And security matters and things like this. Obviously, we won't talk about this live stream.
no.
We've already got that little thing
Yeah,
figured
she's
out.
got a great idea.
Yeah, it's a beautiful point, Gabby.
Because if we're thinking like to do like a major march for
Yeah.
this, or
And we'll
something,
need
we
like
can
that
use it to
discussion.
get like a bigger crowd.
Yeah.
And get the cities together. Shit.
Yeah, right.
Well, I can attest that most of the people are watching this live stream are like an anti-authoritarian networks
Right.
Yes.
to begin with,
Wayne,
So, Wayne,
right?
hold on a second.
I don't think you have the topic of outreach, but I think it's really important. It's kind of its own topic, and
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't want to get involved.
it's
Absolutely.
like I emailed a guy that's getting to be a friendly former IRS attorney. He has math and law on the brain. I emailed him. Should we take the funding away from NSA? I said we could fix some potholes in the street.
Yeah.
He says, it's not against the law to read people's email, but let's take the funding away
Yeah,
from NSA.
that's right. That's right. And that requires talking to OMB, Office of Management and Budget, and the Appropriations Committee.
Oh, I'm just saying outreach. Anything we can bring
kinda
away,
lost my thread.
anybody who comes in, anything they can bring out to influence somebody else is outreach. We need to do that.
Right, that's right, yeah.
So, should I propose that we ask Clark to shut down the live stream for a period of time while we discuss some of these issues? Do we want to consider that as a proposal?
Well, to be considered, I guess.
And so, does anybody want to express an opinion about that? Yes.
I don't know. Personally, I think we're just like, we're getting to like, we're an open encampment.
Yeah.
We want people to be involved. I think it's kind of a diversion to like what we're talking about. Obviously, I think our position is we're here until this issue is resolved. We want the world to know that.
We don't need to speak of personal Occupy type things, but to get
Alright.
out the word.
I got the hand right now. But basically, yeah, I don't care what people decide. People really don't want it, whatever. But I think we should just not really, this is an open encampment. We obviously shouldn't say anything that we don't want to be live streamed.
Yeah.
And other than that, let's
Well,
move
so
forward.
I think we'll be.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mean,
No, it's good to bring up the question. Self-control, yeah.
All right. So we basically. Can I go? Should I go? Is that good etiquette or no?
Go ahead, go.
There's a proposal on the table.
I said,
It wasn't on the,
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, it's kind of difficult issues being raised here, folks. I really hate the live stream become an issue of the meeting, to be quite honest.
These things are again. Thinking about stuff like porta potties is a total distraction. We need to think pragmatically in terms of like how many people are going to want to stay here tonight, who of them want to stay awake and take shifts, and we can talk about that around the corner later after this meeting. We should keep an area open for food drop off.
But as far as the live streaming is concerned,
Live streaming, I don't think we're really going to talk about anything that anyone could use against us personally. I don't think that we're talking about anything of such a sensitive nature that we should really worry about it. But if people are worried about being seen here and they don't want their faces on camera, that's a very legitimate concern.
No, I'll point the camera away, and I don't have a problem with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not here to like get anybody in trouble, okay? And actually, we
I don't
have
get myself in trouble.
we've actually got quite a good online audience that's watching this right now. That's got some good commentary to offer.
Information. I'm pretty
So-
sure that porta potty right on the corner is open all
That's
the time.
right. Put up Provo Park.
And the other one too, right? So there's two
They're
porta
both.
potties.
That's your X-ray.
There you go. Right.
Great. So we got waste taken care of.
all right. So does anybody else want to weigh in on the issue of live streaming? And if not, go ahead.
Yeah, my feeling is there's a consensus to just not worry about it.
All right.
Hey,
I love
We
it.
can ask if there's a consensus.
Dave.
And then we're all aware of it. It's not clandestine. Whereas I'm sure the people are clandestine. Paying attention to us already.
Yeah. Dave.
I do think there may be a time when we want to have a private discussion that's not live streamed, and then we can make that decision at the
That'll,
time.
right.
for sure. Campers after this.
Yeah. So everybody's happy with live streaming for the time being. Yeah.
Okay, tweet that off.
Anybody is opposed to it? Sounds fine.
Cool. Yes, sir.
I just came up, I saw the encampment before, and I just wanted to join. I signed up for the camp. There's many reasons why I'd like to be here. As
Right on.
Welcome. Different reasons to be here. I just figured I had to do an introduction.
Yeah.
Jonathan.
Hi, Jonathan.
I'm already urban camping, so it's really not any different
Yep.
for me, except I'm with the great group.
Your skills are needed.
I can do things, and
Right on.
the 9 to 5 job doesn't happen. I do want to see my cat tomorrow, so that's a trip
Can
to university.
got your kitty for me.
Right on.
But Dan took mine a few years ago. I miss him, so
Here.
got your kitty for me.
They're going to euthanize her. I'm going to break her out. So thank you.
Yeah, go for it.
Just on the subject of outreach, I would encourage people, since the focal point of this is the post office, I would encourage people to think of, whenever you think of anything that has to do with this occupation or this movement or this issue, anything that can be done by handwritten postal mail, I would encourage us all to defend the post office by using it.
Awesome. And just to add to that real quick, and to try to draw the relation between what's happening here and what happens in someone's personal mortgage foreclosure. When your house gets foreclosed, this is the same thing on a much grander scale. This is foreclosing on the public's
How much
house.
is this building
This is
worth?
the same thing, and this is finally when the establishment's kicking in on your door, and this is an opportunity to let people know that, it's not just around the corner, it is happening. This is an awesome fight. I'm super proud to be a part of this action, and I want to make sure that, as usual, the safety of the people and the security of the occupied side are my main concerns, But even better than that is the activities. So, like Mike had mentioned, we should think about what we want to do tomorrow and how that looks.
So what do you got on your list there? What's next?
Well, I was trying to segue into the activities thing. If anyone
okay.
has
All
any
right, yeah.
ideas as to how we should sequence tomorrow. Like regular food drops, and regular hours of outreach, and regular hours of audio.
I think it would be cool. I don't know if Dave would be willing, but maybe sometime tomorrow to have like history of the post office. Like I just learned yesterday, they used to take deposits and like keep people's money for them and actually issue some kind of paper that actually was accepted by most
Savings
people.
accounts.
Yeah, savings accounts and savings bonds.
Savings
I don't even think they were called bonds. I think they were called like certificates or something. So basically, just all these histories that are out there that I don't really know, but I don't know if people, maybe we could advertise that, at a certain time tomorrow.
1970s strike.
Snap. Snap. Give the anarchist perspective on boom and the X.
Yeah. Almost nobody knows about the 1970s strike that shut down the postal service
Right.
and how that precipitated a lot of the kickback.
Oh.
Right.
Well, Tristan, he was talking about the 1970s postal union workers strike, right? And the idea was to maybe have an activity where Dave would give kind of a history lesson because he's an ex-postal officer. And then this other perspective of the 70s resistance kind of element is kind of cool. So maybe you guys could throw that together and then tell us what time.
One thing I know is happening tomorrow is that as part of Labor Fest, I think 10 a.m. tomorrow is the post office is starting for a tour of New Deal Berkeley. That I think Harvey is leading. I think that's 10
Hold on just a second, there are people watching.
Start at the post office. So it must be good.
What time?
10 a.m. tomorrow morning.
What time is it?
I think it's 10 a.m.
You're looking pretty for our guests.
If you guys could get together and like every day, like sometimes you just have a little history, like fireside chat, then maybe people would get interested in what you guys are saying. If it's a formal thing.
Sure. The occupation site is great. It's a magnet for action. And it's going to attract a lot of different little parts of Berkeley to it. They're all going to be dealt with appropriately. So the outreach table is super important. Trash, keeping everything clean. Maybe put some brooms out here.
This is a really good idea, and it can be expanded on because there are a number of components of this issue. It's a complicated issue in as much as some of the components, for instance, are the whole issue of privatization, the and taking away what belongs to the people, especially for some of the things that they cherish most. There's the issue of union busting. And the elimination of good jobs and benefits. There's also the issue of collective bargaining, which is more than just unions. It's about the whole idea of us being able to form grassroots organizations that are massive in size, which is the only way that we can overwhelm the legions of lawyers and lobbyists who are opposed to it. There is the issue of affordable long-distance communication services that people need to be aware of. That $30 a month for internet service is not something that everybody can afford, but they can afford a 46-cent thing. The only way that prisoners can, the primary way that people in prison can communicate through the outside world. There are a few other things that I don't have right in the list. But these are all things that we can, focus discussions on, public discussions on, not necessarily give lectures, but and do those on a regular basis and give people the opportunity and let people know that through our Twitter feeds and our Facebooks and our access that we're going to be continuing to have through the press, we can let them know this is what we're going to be focusing on today. That's enough. Okay.
The post office right now has de-staffed, especially this office. And there's long lines. If we could write up a one page on why the service is bad, what has specifically been done to de-staff this post office, how it relates to the larger issues, and give it to every customer that's waiting with a number in their hand, so that they turn their anger instead of at the postal workers, at Daryl Isa and whoever else we can nail for this, so that when they go home angry, they have somebody to contact.
That's great.
I was just thinking after people commented, while it's supposed to work, I haven't read.
I gotta get up and move around, folks.
His name's on a plaque in Market Gardens.
I gotta move around. I'm getting cold.
Oh, you know what I want to do?
Hey,
I want to
Victor.
You
heard him, right? You heard him, right?
I know Marco.
You heard him, right?
I called her Priscilla. Remember Priscilla?
You're such a character.
I called her up. I had her number.
So yeah, people are cool with me live streaming the meeting. Hey.
He's in New York. You know what he said to me? He said only one thing to me. He said, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and that's the hung up.
So I was happy about that. Nobody has any issues with me, so.
Oh, no, not Mary? Maria? Oh, no. I advised her on that one. She didn't know what to do. She didn't know how to get a girlfriend. So I had her advise.
See, the nice thing about this stuff is that years from now, you're going to be like wondering what you did on the night of, let's say, July 27th.
Sure,
I'm serious, right? Do you understand that? Right, and I'm going to have these files provided for everybody for like into like years and years. And I've been doing this for a long time. So it's kind of like I'm trying to document.
Historical archive.
Right, yeah, exactly. That's why I'm here. I have a list of things I do when I live stream, and I definitely try to maintain a system of ethics. And I'm not going to like live stream if people don't want me. I'm not going to. But I really appreciate it when people, because there's an audience out here in the world, and this is generated like an online discussion of other people that we don't even know that think the same way as we do.
He's also what else?
So, working hard at it. You're going to be there Monday, right?
Yeah,
Probably not.
No.
Obama?
Off to the forum.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I'm going to be the guy who's going to be listening to it.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Yeah, I'm going to have a little discussion
And
about this.
where do you think it's going to be?
It's going to be at Rally Night.
Yeah. Okay, good. We got the word out there.
That's me. Yeah, because I got kind of mad at that. Because, dude, I've been an organizer for 40 years. And I've been through all this kind of stuff, right? Fought the police here in Berkeley. Like, I've been around, okay? And this new technology is like one of the most effective organizing tools.
Isn't it wonderful?
Yeah. And I really think the world needs to know about it. And we need to get people to regularly use it.
It's a lesser of two evils. That's the only reason to get
And it's important that people see that we can have a general DA in the streets of Berkeley and make decisions about the way things go on in the government. And the people are actually making decisions instead of politicians and other areas. Because we want to keep this place open, right? It makes it crumble. So I'm supporting it 100%. As I did at Occupy San Francisco. When the cops came, I was there, dude.
Hey, check this out. If you're not vigilant, then you lose your rights.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at all of these women throughout the country. They're losing their rights to the decisions about their own bodies, man. Check it out, man.
In Texas.
They're
Right.
taking their,
I didn't bring that up in my live
rights
stream
away
today, right?
because they're not paying attention.
Right, yeah, well, the women of Texas are starting to make effective, they're fighting back. Right, there's been daily demonstrations at the state capitol in Austin. They've been arrested quite a few times in the lobby of the Capitol, protesting daily. There's people doing civil disobedience, right? Because Rick Perry signed that awful, awful abortion bill, right? Women have a right to their bodies. It's unfair to women in general. The Republican Party is pretty much writing their death warrant on this whole abortion issue, right? So, because my only problem with being here is I'm starting to get cold. I didn't bring any other clothing.
What?
I didn't bring a I didn't know I was going to be here so long. I didn't think this was going to go on much faster. But I can always go back to. I live right up the bar, so. And I feel good now. I'm sitting up and I'm walking around. Right? Like,
Yeah, but let's see how long it lasts.
Well, when you first met me, I was totally in the wheelchair.
Oh, I know.
So, I made some big strides. I'm about to that point where you swear I'm leaving it behind now, right? I feel confident enough with my body again, that I can walk around. And, I mean, that was a pretty big thing when you
get to a point where you can run away from the cops.
No, when I get to that point, what happens? I get on a bicycle. Right?
Okay.
And when I know it's going to be a mobile
bicycle?
protest, oh hell yeah.
Okay.
Right. I'm going to get back on the bicycle and mobility, right? Like, because I can't run very well. I never have been able to run very well. Never will ever be able to run very well. Right. I gave that up when I was like 6 years old. Okay.
Bicycles.
Yeah, bicycles is a definite route. Yeah. Especially they work really good against the police when you're doing mobile demonstrations. Because you have a tactical advantage. That's why the cops started using bicycles. Right? Like critical mass proved that we kick ass on bicycles, dude. Right? Like there's no way that the police or anybody can stop us when we're on a bicycle. Right? But that only lasts for like one day, right? The rest of the year you're under assault by cars. Look at all these fucking automobiles around here. They should just ban parking here in town. Well, it makes money for the city. That's how they pay city services.
Bike down alleys.
Yeah, like San Francisco, like 20% of the budget is generated by parking tickets.
Oh my God.
Yeah, seriously, that funds a lot of the government, right? Yeah. Well, there's a whole car theft industry that's run by the city, right? That actually steals cars from people, right? And they end up, right? And they have like this payoff loan.
I know people who've lost their cars.
So, oh boy. I've gotten batteries are getting low, folks. I got other batteries. I got one more left.
This is what hypocrisy looks like.
Oh, good.
Not democracy. Hypocrisy.
Whatever. We're actually doing anything. Warn me ahead of time. Make sure my mask is on. I appreciate it. Because if my family sees it, I want them
See you later.
to see what I do. God bless. Thank you, brother. No, thank you.
Actually, I don't like me too much. One girl's agreed.
What?
Seems the girl's agreed. Doesn't like my live stream that much, I can tell. There's like a bunch of people that watch live streams, but see, I have somebody moderating this and watching this.
People come back, right?
Watching my my live stream.
People come and go here. They'll probably come and go all night.
Oh yeah.
Watch by 9 o'clock. You about 10 more kids will be able to watch.
I still got 3 more hours I can last. He actually came over here to smoke a cigarette.
It's good cardboard underneath the top of the concrete.
So
That's what I'm saying.
you think the Occupy Labor Day thing is going to be significant?
Well, let's hope it is. Let's hope we can get some labor groups involved. That's going to be our big thing. I think we might want to reach out to local 2 for sure.
Oh yeah,
right?
definitely.
And
that's where we're planning it.
Yeah, I know. Well, we need to get a big showing from them, and we should work on getting with SEIU and getting some of those folks to show up. Maybe we can contact Chris Daly and see what
That's right. Hey.
Yeah, he's supposed to be Mr. Occupy, right?
Clark, the way we're going to solve the porta potty things and avoid a permit, we'll have one of the unions do the porta potties.
Right.
And create
that's becoming an issue with our event already, is the fact the city's one that wants us to pay for porta potties. That's pretty standard on those kind of things,
Well, anyway.
I think we should do it without permits.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Fuck the permits. Because
But we need somebody to provide the porta potties anyway.
Yeah, we need them anyway. Yeah. Of course.
But see, there's a bunch of people that wanted to keep it secret, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, nothing secret anymore.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
sorry.
nothing secret anywhere, right? Yeah.
Surprise.
There are no secrets in this world, right? It's best to put out the information out there and let everybody judge for themselves anyway.
But anyway, that was so funny. But I mean, I'm not kidding
You
because
got to say anything about that? Oh, thanks, guy.
they'll start it at every meeting, right? And I have to keep reminding them. Don't you get it? There is no privacy anymore.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, and I want to have my life
They
with other
got
people,
infrared that they can shine on your house and watch you do it.
Well, the thing that most people don't realize is that, like, you have something in common with all the people that are watching you as you're being watched, right? So it's better sharing information if you have control over your own information and the way you share it, rather than having the government take charge on that kind of thing, right? Because I'm all for people sharing information. I love the fact that I can social network and I can live stream and I can meet all these wonderful people online, and they can also partake in this action along with us, right? And I really enjoy that technology, and I like sharing that with other people because it's a great way of spreading the message. So, I don't know. It's a good way, and I meet all these great, interesting people around the world, right? That are organizing against governments and corporations, and we're meeting up, right? And like it's a good thing, Our police rolling by.
Rolling by slowly.
Yeah. Well, we have the support of the city.
These cops are watching us, two in
Oh,
the
of
car.
course.
So
There's two in the
they're
car.
not just going to come in and arrest us.
Well, there's only one. Still, they're watching the tent.
They're not.
Right? They're watching everything. No.
They looked at the tent to see a supervisor. Look at supervisor. We're in the car. Supervisor.
They're
Seen
not
the name.
gonna do
He's a supervisor just watching it. Right?
Yeah, they're going to. Yeah, so it's good.
Well,
We
they
have the
see
support of
tents.
Berkeley PD
They see
for the
tents.
time being. So we're legal. It's going to be funny when they open up the high school with this thing going on. It's a pretty high school too.
Uh-huh.
Berkeley High. The office buildings aren't too bad.
Nope.
And you got the YMCA
That's
across
what
the street.
But that's what I like.
The YMCA.
Yeah. Young
Men's Christian Association.
Christian Association, and here I am across the street smoking pot.
Yeah, I know. That's right.
God is smoking.
Is that thing on or off?
Yeah, it's on right now.
God is smoking
I got
pot
an
across the
audience.
street
I
from
have
the
an
Young Men's
I have an
Christian
audience out there.
Association.
That people are watching. We're generating significant online, discussion, in support of this, right?
Oh yeah, this thing's gonna grow. We've already hashed out almost all the contentious issues.
Yeah.
We decided how we're going to deal with the media.
So I walked out, and I know I got to give people the right to discuss what they want to in the meeting. Right? I'm not
discussing
gonna.
the mutual secret, but what they're discussing is how to deal with the media. We've decided we're going to pick two spokespeople so that we can deal with them on the phone. And when they come up in person, anybody can talk to them. We're open. But what we don't want to do is have either too many spokespeople that we contact on the media so it gets confused, our message, or have wingnuts take over our message for us.
Yeah, that's important too. Get sober, rational people. I agree.
Oh, God forbid any wingnuts get involved.
X-rays didn't comment quite a bit here.
Encouraged to be involved. Just don't make them in charge of the media,
Right.
so that we don't come off as complete wingnuts. Like one wingnut, one sane person, that's fine. Two wingnuts, not good.
This is Berkeley. The world understands.
Right. Well, that's why we had a one wingnut limit on the media group.
That's funny.
We don't exclude them, but just limit them in some way. I want them to take over. That's what I like about Berkeley. We're open to wingnuts, but just, you can only be 50% of what we're saying.
Yeah, it gets difficult sometimes dealing.
Oh yeah, because
Oh, Clark, we're gonna